Man, ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing, man? It is now a Thursday night for me, a Friday for you guys. So I hope you guys are having a beautiful last Friday. Guess what? It's the end of the week. So if you guys had a bad Friday, shit, listen to me. If you guys had a bad week, then guess what? The week is almost over. If you had a great week, then guess what? The week is still almost over. So shout out to you guys. You're almost there. And guess what? It is the beginning to really start diving into the Brice Rhodes trial, the triple slaying of some teenagers. Well, a man and a teenager. So we're gonna go ahead and jump straight into this. We have basically the person who turned against him testifying today. We have one of the teenagers that helped him do the horrible acts. So we're going to go ahead and see, what he says about him. He's quote unquote snitching on him. So let's check this shit out. And no, I don't think he's snitching personally. I feel like he is taking care of himself. Rhodes is an animal, a monster. So, I mean, do what you got to do, bro. And I believe this guy right now is serving a 10-year sentence, given that he cooperated. So let's go ahead and check this out.
What we're here to discuss. Let's talk a little bit about how you know different people here.
First of all, I just gotta say, bro looks shell shocked, man. I don't know, like he's seen some shit. You could tell in his face, like you know what I mean. You couldn't fake that look in his eyes. You know what I mean? Like shit, he probably still thinks about that every night. You know what I mean? Taking out two of your friends? Nah, even if they weren't friends, even if they just hung out around each other, that's pretty crazy.
How do you know Jakor?
Good.
And were you all very close?
Yes.
What sorts of things would you do with Jakori when you were here?
So we used to hang out. We used to go find different females to hang out with.
Anything else y'all do together?
We used to
No, I'm sorry, you gotta speak up so they can hear you.
We used to hang out. We used to hang out. We used to smoke. We used to.
I still can't hear you, and if I can't hear you, no one else can.
We used to play sports. We used to find different females to hook up with.
And did you all grow up together? Did you know him for a long time?
Just
And what was his life like?
yeah, he was homeless for a while.
And so,
Man, bro, it's like he don't. His answers, I can already tell this is gonna be a painful ask and answer type of situation. Bro is like jittering through every answer he gives. I don't know if he's nervous, probably super nervous because this has some bearing on his life. Doing this probably cuts a lot of time off of his sentence, but man, it's tough. He was like, so how was his life? He was homeless for a while. Like shit. Okay, I'm sure it's gonna get better, but damn, his social skills are at an all-time low.
as a result of his homelessness, how would he get by? What sorts of things would he do?
So we used to steal out of people's cars. We used to sleep over at a friend's house.
And what about you? Did you have people to live with here in town?
Just
So how old were you in 2016?
15.
When you were 15, do you remember how much you weighed or how tall you were?
I was about 120 pounds.
So how did you meet Larry?
At school.
And did you meet Maurice at school as well?
Yes.
And what was your relationship with them?
Really the same as Corey. We used to go link up with different females. We used to hang out.
Always linking up with females.
Was there anybody in town that you were closer to than the three of them?
No.
And
So you got his cousins and the other two kids that he ended up helping Brice Rhodes, take out. That's unfortunate, bro. Rhodes pretty much destroyed the friend group. I thought they hung out because of Brice Rhodes. He ended up in the group at some point. I don't even know. And these are 15-year olds, bro. What is he doing hanging out with them? That shit is disgusting.
How do you recognize Mr. Rhodes in the courtroom?
Yes.
And what did he go by as far as you know?
Rambo.
And how did you meet Rambo?
Morris and Larry.
And before we get to,
Judge, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that response. Can you repeat that, please?
Through Maurice and Larry.
how long, when we get into May of 2016,
You know what's crazy? I still don't know what the he said, so we're just gonna let that go. Y'all put in the comments if you understood what the hell it is he just said.
how long had you known Rambo for?
Couple weeks, 2-3 weeks, month.
So how many times had you met him before the night of the first shooting?
I don't know. A couple.
So tell the jury, how did the idea of a shooting happen?
For real, because that's exactly, thank you. That's exactly what I want to know. How you guys sitting down, smoking weed, playing video games, chilling out, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, let's go shoot somebody. Like that, it sounds like, you know what I mean? Of course, Brice wanted to be cool in front of everybody. I'm sure that was part of it.
We was in somebody's backyard. We was all smoking.
And must slow down a little bit. Who's we?
Me, Corey, him, Maurice and Larry.
Okay. And what happened?
We was all smoking. He said that somebody got some money in their head and we just need a gun.
That's what Brice said.
We need a gun.
And
Somebody's got some money on their head. We just need a gun. That's where the man. I would have passed that blunt right over to the right and been like, "Oh shit, you know what? I gotta get home. My mom told me she wasn't feeling good and I had to cook for her. Yeah, no, I'm gonna link up with y'all though. When you find the gun, I'm gonna link up. You got me fucked up. I'm not gonna be there. Like, what are you talking about?
just to spell it out, what does that mean? They have a price on their head and we just need a gun.
We get paid to kill somebody. We just need the gun.
Now, at this time, do you know approximately how old Rambo was? Was he older than you guys?
Yeah, he's way older than us.
I'm sorry?
He's way older than us.
Yeah. Was he bigger than you all?
Yes.
Was he the one that was coming up with the ideas?
Yeah.
Of course.
So, how old
Judge,
were...
objection, that calls for speculation. I'll allow it. Overruled.
How old were Maurice and Larry then? Do you know?
Like 15, around my age.
Okay. So when he first proposes this idea to you all, do you think he was serious?
Mm-hmm.
When did you decide that he was serious?
The night we actually did it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that. When what?
The night we actually did it.
Thank you.
So, how was a gun acquired?
Corey bought the gun.
And when,
Wow. How did Corey buy the gun? They're all 15 years old. 15-year-olds. You can't buy a gun at 15, or can you?
Corey bought the gun, did he know what did everybody know what the purpose for the gun was, or was it just a coincidence?
Everybody knew what it was for.
All right. Had you ever done anything like this before?
Mm-mm.
Were you nervous about it? Well, what was your feeling about this?
I wish I wanted to get paid, but then I'm on the fence. It could have went either way, either or.
At that time, what did you think would have happened if you would have backed out? Did you think about that? Okay. So, uh,
Judge, was there a response to that question?
You nodded your head no, correct?
so let's get to the the day in May. You all get together.
Man, the more the chair starts rocking, like if you guys noticed at the beginning of the trial, he was sitting still. The more the chair starts rocking, the more nervous and the more like anxious you see him get. And not for the reason for like they might find something extra about it. It's just like when I know street dudes go through trauma and they start talking about things that really rock their world, they start doing the chair rock because hey, it's not that serious, like it ain't really all that serious, that's a telltale sign that they're going through it emotionally right now.
You how did you first get in touch with the group that day?
We had like me and Corey. He had went over his grandmother's house. While my Maurice and Larry, they was at home. So then when we was finna get dropped back off of Maurice and Larry's house, they was already gone.
Okay. How did you get around in those days?
Yeah. We used to walk, we used to catch rides, people used to drop us off, bikes, everything.
And at that time, did Rambo have a car?
Yeah.
Did you have a car?
I ain't have a car of my own.
So who was it that drove you around that night?
Q,
Q. And how do you know Q?
Q's Corey's cousin.
So and we're talking about two incidents, so it's easy to get confused. Talking about the first incident, there was a night where you had a truck, the night of the hit, right?
Yes, yeah. I had stole a truck.
Wow.
And was that in order to carry this out, or you were just driving a stolen truck?
I just had a stolen truck.
Okay.
Oh wow. Oh, these kids were bad already. That's why I figured they were bad. He was like, "Nah, I just had stolen the truck already. I already had a stolen truck." That's why I was like, "Did you have a car?" He was like, "Not a car on my own." Man, they hopped off the porch young. That is crazy. Shit. I mean, at this point, you gotta know that this is about to get real. You have the truck. Your cousin bought the gun. Shit's about to get real. You can't say we didn't know. We didn't know he was serious until it happened. Like, bro, you knew that shit was about to happen. You had a stolen truck. They just acquired a new gun. It's not like we just had a gun already and we're just talking about this shit. We had to go out and find one. You know this shit's about to get real. You want that money. And guess what? If Brice Rhodes was successful and got them to do all this minion shit, he still wouldn't have shared that money with them. I bet you he wouldn't have shared that money with them.
So what was the plan for that night?
At night, we were supposed to, we was in the backyard again. And you feel me? We all linked up. And you feel me? We went from the south to the west. And you feel me?
And how did you all know where to go?
I was just following behind.
Okay. So you're following a car. What's the car that you're following?
It's a light blue Mazda, I think.
Okay. And who was in that car?
Larry, Maurice, Brice, and Corey.
And where was everybody seated in the car?
So Maurice is driving. Larry in the passenger seat. Brice in the behind Maurice, and Corey on the other side.
And who had the gun?
Brice.
And who knew who the target was?
Judge, speculate, call for
Right.
speculation. Judge.
I'm going to sustain that.
How did you all know where to go?
I was just following behind.
So how long did you all drive around?
30, 45 minutes.
And did anything eventful happen during that time? So,
Shit, besides murder.
besides what?
Besides murder. Besides somebody getting shot.
Yeah. Okay. So you're driving along. The car in front of you stops around 41st Street.
Something like that.
Stops.
This shit is already sloppy. Why the fuck are they using two vehicles for one hit? Leave him home. You know what I mean? Why is he following in a truck? I swear to God. And think about this, guys. He said Brice was way older than us. Well, however older he was, right? In his 20s, obviously. What you're using these 15-year-olds to do your shit? Like this is some sort of a gang? Like you're initiating them to the Brice Rhodes gang? Like, bro, corny. He's the corniest wannabe rapper / wannabe gangster ever, bro. Corny as hell. That shit is weird, bro. Go hang out with people your own age, man. With his short ass, with his weird ass looking head. His head is, it's a thing of nightmares. It's nightmare fuel. That's what his fucking head looks like.
Somewhere in that area.
Sure.
Does the car in front of you stop?
Yeah, stop at the end of the block.
And what happens?
Shit. I heard somebody say, "You got the street, bitch."
And I'm sorry, but we got to have you enunciate clearly so everybody can hear. What was it that happened?
Man, I heard somebody say, "You got the street, bitch." And the shot
Finally,
went off.
he actually gave a damn answer that wasn't. He said, "Get out the street, bitch. Get out the street, bitch." Like, does he like? Why does he talk like that, dog? Like, maybe it's because he was a 14, 15-year-old who just ruined his life and never finished high school. That's a high possibility. Like because why do you talk like that, bro? He said, get out the street, bitch. Like, I understand if you have a stutter. I'm not making fun of that, but that's not a stutter. That's just like some weird ass diction / enunciation. Like, what is that? Is that like, I don't know. Anyways, let me continue.
Who was the somebody that said that?
Brice.
Could you see Brice at that time?
I didn't see him, but I knew where he was positioned at.
Sorry, please repeat.
I didn't see him, but I knew where he was positioned at.
Yes, there you go.
And
yes, there you go. Speak. Open your mouth. Close it. Reopen it. Don't just like that's the way he speaks. Like that shit is kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways,
Heard or saw the gun go off?
I saw it.
Was it inside of the car or outside of the car?
It's like his arm was dangling at the car.
And who was he shooting at?
Somebody in the street.
Had you ever seen that person before?
No,
Did you know anything about that person?
no,
Did that person talk or engage anybody?
that I know of.
Was he facing the car or facing away from the car?
He's facing the car.
And after the gunshot, what happened?
Shit, we peeled off. Then we had like 5 to 8 houses down, and he shot at somebody's house.
what?
He shot the gun more.
Wait. Bro can't speak. We all understand this, guys. He can't speak, and it's annoying. But, yo, they shoot this guy, and then they go down the street, and then he just shoots at somebody's house. Because fuck it. Let me shoot at somebody's children's bedroom window. Like, I be thinking too much. I can't just shoot a gun, just discharge it, and be like, fuck it. Bop! Oh, well. See what happens. Like, no, that shit is crazy. That alone should have sent him to jail for life, bro. Like, you just shot at somebody's house? Because fuck it. That also lets you know that the person that he shot, get out the street, bitch, he didn't mistake him for anybody. He just got tired of looking for whoever the fuck he thought he was looking for and shot some random person, bro. I promise you. I guarantee you. That's what happened. He just said, fuck it. Let me shoot this guy, look like the man, and take off. Money on somebody's head. I'm curious to know if anybody ever had money on their head.
Then we had like 5 to 8 houses down. He shot at somebody's house.
See, he shot the gun more.
Yeah.
And what did you do?
Just driving.
You just continued to follow? And where did you go that night?
Went back to Maurice and Larry's house.
Was everybody at Maurice and Larry's?
Mm.
What'd you all talk about?
And
Do people talk about the shooting?
mm-hmm.
Wow.
Why not?
That ain't how I talk. That ain't how I get my problems out. That ain't how I express my problems.
Oh,
So you don't
he
talk
actually
about
might have a speech impairment. He might stutter or something. Let me stop clowning, bro. And he's super nervous, and it's like traumatic because he's remembering all this shit. Let me stop. Let me chill on, bro. He's doing his best because, to be real, shit. Remembering something like that, I have trouble remembering little sad things in my past. Imagining that type of shit, it probably would make me stutter too. I'm not gonna lie.
stuff like that after it happens?
Just let it go.
Why do you not talk about it?
Just let it go. Just
Did you expect to get something as a result of participating in this?
yeah, I want some money.
And how was that supposed to happen?
So you're supposed to break us off,
He was supposed to break us off.
right?
How was that going to happen?
We didn't get that far. I just knew he's supposed to break us off. Supposed to get the gun. He's supposed to break us off.
And when you say break us off, you mean share the money.
Share the money.
Come on up.
This man speaks in nothing but hood. You can't speak. He was going to share the money. Yeah, share the money. Break us off. What the fuck you mean? Break us off. He was going to break us off. I mean, I understood, but in case y'all didn't understand, it was he was going to share the money amongst the fellows in the group.
So did he end up giving anybody any money as a result of that? And how do people feel about that? How did you feel about that?
So I didn't really care.
You didn't care that you didn't get paid?
So I didn't think he got paid. So.
Were other people upset about not getting paid?
Objection. Calls for speculation.
If you know, you can answer that.
I don't know.
Okay. What did you end up doing did you do anything with your truck that night?
We burned it.
And why did you burn it?
He said in case it was on like camera or something,
And who's he?
right?
And so how did you burn the truck?
We put gas in it. Then on fire.
That's the dumbest shit ever, bro. That's the dumbest ass shit. If you burn a truck, I mean, I guess you take off the license plate, you burn it, all the VIN numbers kind of get burnt because that's like plastic and paper, right? There's something etched in that metal frame or whatever's left that's going to say and show where that truck has been. Unless they burn it, crush it, and send it to the junkyard, you'll still figure it out, bro. Like, I feel like that was the dumbest move. Like, take it to a chop shop. Take it to one of those places where they just smush it. That's you're better off doing that shit. You're going to burn the truck, leave it in the middle of nowhere. Cops are going to find it. The authorities are going to be the first people to find that type of shit. Why? Like, that's stupid, bro.
Were you ever around? There was a phone call that you overheard between the boy's mom and the defendant, right? You remember that?
Yeah.
And you could hear, what could you hear? Where were you?
So it was over. It was over.
Objection, hearsay.
What was the question?
I'm asking where he was when he overheard this phone
And
call.
what did you overhear?
Okay, don't say what somebody else said. If you want to re-ask the question.
Who was talking on the phone?
Shit, it was Larry and Maurice's mom and Brice.
It was who and Brice?
Larry and Maurice's mom.
Larry and Maurice's mother? Okay, thank you.
And what was the tone of the conversation?
It was about the shooting.
And when did this conversation happen?
Yeah. Whenever Maurice had told her about it.
Was she angry?
Objection.
You don't want to come up?
They're over at the desk, and look at this dumbass. Look at this. Look, yeah, yeah. You know, I'm top dog. How can you try to look like Big Dog with a fucking back of a head that looks like that? R.I.P. Whatever the hell on his neck, ugly ass neck tattoo. The head is atrocious. The head is diabolical. The head is outright fucking devious, people. Look at this head. This shit is crazy. It's a mixture of freckles and busted open skin. I don't know what to call it. I don't know what happened to him. It's like the evil boiled inside his body and all came out through the back of his head. This shit's crazy. That shit is actually crazy. Just stroking beard. That is crazy. I don't know how she could sound next to bro. I don't know how she could sound next to bro without like low key throwing up.
Let's jump forward to the night that you were talking about on the 24th. So on the 21st, late night, how were you traveling around that night? The truck's been burnt. How were you traveling around?
Shit getting dropped off.
Okay. And so who was dropping you off?
On the 21st, I don't remember.
Okay. Earlier, when we were confused about which night we were talking about, you said that Q was driving you around.
Yeah.
So that's the night that we're talking about.
Okay, yeah, Q dropped me off.
Okay. So Q is dropping you off. Who's with you?
Me and Corey.
And where does Q drop you off?
Drove us off over his house.
At Brice Rhodes' house. Had you been anywhere together before his house?
Yeah.
Where'd you go to?
Whenever Maurice and Larry's house, they was already gone.
How did you know they were gone?
Shit, we walked in the house.
And they
was already gone.
They weren't there.
See, they're pulling up to Maurice and Larry, right? So I'm understanding is Maurice and them were angry. They didn't get no money. And they told their mother, which is the stupidest thing ever. I mean, for your own safety, which I'm sure they realized later on. But for your own safety, don't tell your mama about that shit. What's she gonna do? Make it a big deal. Then what's your co-defendant gonna do? Get mad. You know, it's one of those things you just don't want to have to deal with. But from the time we hear that there's a phone call between Maurice and his mom and Brice, things start getting dicey real quick after that. It turned from being the cool guy who wanted to show them something cool to, oh, I'm gonna have to get rid of these youngsters.
Called him.
Okay. So where'd you guys get dropped off at?
Over his house.
Over at his house? Had you been to his house before?
Yeah.
Who else? What time of day or night is it?
It's nighttime.
Nighttime? Who's at the house?
It's what? Larry, Maurice, me, Corey, him, and like 3 other people.
All right. Who are the other folks that are there?
Shit. I don't know. Tyron.
Okay.
I don't know.
Had you've explained the people that you know that were there. Had you met Tyron before?
For that night.
Just then. And there was another person there that you didn't know?
Yeah.
And you don't know who they are now? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me what was going on that night.
Shit, we was all smoking, drinking. And then you feel me? Larry and Maurice got into an argument. Not Larry and Maurice, but Larry and Corey got into an argument.
Was it common for people to get into arguments when you all were hanging out?
Yeah.
And what happened with this argument?
Shit. Maurice grabbed a knife.
Okay.
These are some 15-year-old babies drinking and smoking, grabbing knives. You know why they're arguing all the time? It's because they don't know how to handle their liquor. They're children thinking that they're men, going on licks and shit. This is so stupid, I swear.
Maurice picked up a knife. Did he wave it at Corey?
Yeah, I ain't gonna say he waved at him. But shit, he picked it up in an aggressive manner.
And what happened next?
So we take it from him and he smacked him.
You say he, do you mean Brice Rhodes?
Bryce took it from him and he smacked him.
How did he take a knife from him?
Shit, 'cause he wasn't gonna do that with the knife anyways.
And what, can you describe the knife?
It was like a big combat knife.
And what did Brice do after he took the knife?
Shit, he's like he gonna violate him.
Okay. Brice is going to violate Maurice. And can you explain in general terms, what does it mean to violate somebody? What's that term mean?
Really means like inflict pain. Like he could have just hit him in the chest. He could have did a range of things.
It's like a disciplining of the person.
Yeah.
So did that alarm Maurice? How did Maurice respond?
He was gonna go with it. He thought it was just gonna be a punch in the chest.
And why would he go along with it?
That's his big homie.
I'm sorry?
That's his big homie.
Oh.
Yeah,
So-
see, stuff like that. That's his big homie. You would expect your big homie slash, for those of you who don't understand what big homie means, it means your fellow mentor, you know, someone who is older than you and is trying to guide you in the right direction. But like, that's not a big homie for real, bro. That's a shit. That's a facade of a big homie. That's a fake. That's a counterfeit big homie. That's somebody, because you could have a big homie who's doing crime and shit and really, really means well for you. You know, it doesn't mean you guys are doing everything by the book, but he wants to see you do well in life. That's what a big homie is. That's not his big homie. This person is a I don't know what he is. He's a underlier. You know what I mean? He's one of those people who don't have friends, who don't have anybody who fucks with him, so he messes with young people. It's not a mentor. Not a big homie. He's just an asshole. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he made a mistake thinking that was the big homie for sure.
So is there a time where
I just want to make sure. Did you say because he's
May we
big?
approach?
Yes.
so is there a time where people in the house separate from Maurice?
Yeah. We put both of them in the bathroom and we took a vote.
Both who?
Larry and Maurice.
They're in the bathroom. And where are you guys?
In the living room.
And what happens in the living room?
Shit, we took a vote.
What's this vote on?
Shit, they should die or not.
If they should die or not? Who's calling the vote?
Shit. Bryce,
What was your vote?
I'm the one that said no. I said yeah.
Damn.
And did your vote win?
Hmm?
Did your vote win? Did you think about what would have happened to you if you tried to leave at that point in time?
And shit, I ain't had nowhere to go. He lived too far out.
So
Damn, bro, you're in a situation. Guess what? I would have ran. I don't care if he lived too far out. The fuck? We gonna have to. You gonna? I'm a juke left and right. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like scream at some neighbors. Fucking. I don't know. Just don't stay there. That would have derailed the whole situation. So Brice wanted to do that from the start, bro. Like that, there's no way that they get into a little argument. He says he's gonna violate them. Then he gets Maurice and Larry, put them in the bathroom. The two brothers, and then he makes a vote. Hey, I think we should kill him. Anybody down? Y'all down? That doesn't make any sense. This was planned, bro. All these people he's got in his house, he's just using these people to get the shit he wants done. Promise you.
what happens after the vote's taken? What happens to Maurice?
He put a sock in his mouth, tied his hands behind his back, and put a hat over his head
And where did he do this?
in the living room.
And what happened after that?
He started hitting him in the chest at first.
With an item, with his fist? How was he hitting him?
We hit him in the chest with a fist first, hit him like 3-4 times. And then Tyron passed him the knife. Then he started stabbing him.
Wow.
So Tyrion handed him the knife. Was he making a noise?
He couldn't. He had the sock in his mouth.
Was he trying to make noise?
Yeah.
How many times did Brice Rhodes stab him?
So no,
Where did he stab him?
the torso out up here.
Was he standing up or was he on his knees?
He was on his knees,
And he stabbed him in the chest.
chest, stomach, around there in the general area.
In the what area?
In his chest, in his stomach, all on his torso.
Did he stab him other places?
I don't know.
How long did this go on for?
Until he stopped breathing.
Do you have any idea the time?
I don't know.
Yes, he does. Well, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he just can't remember because it was so traumatic. But again, yes, he does. He knows how long it took. How many times did he stab him? 25, 10, 15? Like, give me a number. Give me an average, you know? No. But you see, they don't want him to shut down. So certain things they'll just let go. They'll let that go because it's just not that important. It's just for the case of like pushing it forward and getting more information out of him because this is their only try. You know, if he shuts down right now, you know what I mean? Like what you know, this is our only chance. So you have to just roll with the punches almost.
Was there a lot of blood?
Yeah.
Where was the blood going?
In the carpet. Carpet and
course.
sheets.
Were the sheets set out to catch the blood?
Yeah. Sheets was really there to move him.
Who got the sheets?
Shit. Price.
And where did he put them?
Shit, like we had dragged Maurice by the door. And then Larry bring Larry out.
Damn.
Now these guys are your best friends, right?
Yeah.
What's running through your mind?
Make sure I get out.
What's that?
I gotta make sure I get out. Try to save somebody else. Make sure I'm safe.
Yep. Damn, that's the cruel reality, but I'm glad he got that through his head right there. Because think about it. He gets there, it's him, his cousin, Maurice, and this other guy. Maurice and Larry, right? Brice. And then there's 3 other guys that he's never seen before. 3 other guys that they just, you know, they never seen them before. That's what he's saying. So you best believe I wouldn't be trying to like, be like, hey, nah, this shit, nah, that's fucked up. Nah, we not doing that. Shit, they might go stab crazy on my shit. So, I mean, damn, bro, that's a fucked up place to be in. It's a terrible situation to be in. This is why you don't hang out with people who are older than you. At least not in high school, bro. You mean to tell me I'm 15 hanging out with a 20-year-old? Weird. Family, not a family friend, not a cousin. Weird. Super weird.
And what would have stopped you from getting out?
Probably if I ain't go along with it,
What would have happened?
probably been with him. Probably same situation, same fate.
All right. So they bring Larry out of the bathroom. Does he have? When does he get the sock?
He already been like, he had he had the belt, he had a hat, he got the sock. He had the sock when he was when it was his turn.
Okay, when you say he had the belt, what do you mean?
His hands was already tied behind his back. He had a hat over his eyes, so he couldn't see.
And he had a sock in his mouth.
He got the sock when it was his turn.
Was he making noises?
That's it. He started making noises when he started getting stabbed.
Was he on his knees?
Yeah.
Did he know what had happened to his brother?
No.
Was there blood in the spot that he was at?
Yeah.
Did he respond to that?
Yeah, he started like trying to kick everything off, get his hands untied, get his hands free and stuff.
Was his brother making any noise at that point?
Brother already did.
Damn.
So how many times did he get stabbed?
I don't know. A lot.
Who
Damn.
was stabbing him?
Shit, he stabbed him till he was dead.
Stop
Bryce
saying
did.
he. No. Stop saying he. Say Brice stabbed him till he was dead. You know what I mean? Like, don't say he. You be specific out here.
Then we passed the knife around.
Who did he pass the knife to?
She passed it to me.
Why'd he pass you the knife? They're both dead, right?
Yeah, both dead, but shit, we all, he said, so we all gonna be in it. So it's on all of us.
So you would participate?
Yeah.
So what did you have to do with the knife?
I had to stab him.
Who'd you stab?
Larry,
How many times did you stab Larry?
like 3.
Damn.
What'd you do with the knife?
She passed it back to him.
What'd he do with the knife?
She passed it to somebody else.
Who was the next person up?
I don't remember.
Where was Jacory?
Corey was right there with me. Corey's in there.
Corey was right there with me. Corey was in there. I like how he said Corey was in there. The way he said that, Corey was in there, it made me feel like he didn't like how much Corey was participating willingly. Like, because he also said earlier on, he was like, yeah, I was the only one who said no, not even my fucking cousin Corey. You know what I mean? But hey, maybe their survival instincts kicked in. You know what I mean? Like, maybe the survival instincts kicked in and they're like, fuck this, we're just going to go along with it. Because remember, it's him and Corey. And then it's these random motherfuckers over here. So we don't know what the hell is going on. Yeah. That's a tough situation. That's a grown man situation right there to get put in. Shit, there's no age to being put into that situation, to be real. That's a pickle.
Was Jacory handed the knife?
Yeah.
Before or after they were both dead?
After,
Do you know what he did with the knife?
he stabbed him a few times.
Who did he stab?
Larry.
All right. What's the next thing that happens?
We put him in totes. You feel me? Took him and like with him, Rice, Tyron, and somebody else. You feel me? They were supposed to take him to like a abandoned house and burn the bando.
The 3 older guys were?
Yeah, they're supposed to take it to a abandoned house and burn it.
And when you say totes, what most people know, but what's a tote?
The little thing that you put clothes in.
Like a
Tote bag.
suitcase?
No suitcase. It's like a
It's like a duffel bag.
like little things that you put the like Christmas stuff in.
Like a bin?
Yeah, bin.
So the bodies got put in a bin. The plan is the three of them are going to go get rid of the bodies. Do you help carry the bin? How did the bins get down?
We all helped take it to the car.
And which car was it you took them to?
To Sky Blue Mazda.
And did you help load the bins into the car?
Yeah.
Did you see the inside of the car?
Yeah.
Do you remember? Was it a normal looking car?
It was a regular car.
So the three of them are going to go do this. What are you and your cousin supposed to do?
Stay back, clean the blood up. Just scrape the blood out the car.
Yeah, see, and if they went through it with that and cleaned it, that's further reason to make me believe that they were with it. Because fuck that. The second they leave, oh wait, Brice is still there. But the second the big dogs they leave, the people I don't know, it's two of us, one of him. We're trying to get the fuck out of here. That's my opinion.
And how was it decided that that's what the two of you were going to do?
There was no room in the car.
Did someone tell you to do that?
Yeah.
So they left. You're up in his living room. Did you think about leaving?
No.
Why?
Because I knew he was going to drop us off eventually.
So what was the process for cleaning up?
So we had some bleach. We just scrubbing the floor.
What were you scrubbing the floor with?
Rags.
How long did it take you to do this?
We went from that night to like next morning. We didn't go to sleep.
Damn.
So you worked through the night cleaning it up? And how long after did Brice come back to the house?
Yeah.
How long was he gone for?
He's gone for a while.
Did he say anything about what had happened? Did he help you clean up?
Yeah.
Once you all had the house cleaned up, what's the next thing that happens? What do you do with the stuff?
We took it to various dumpsters.
Okay, so you hopped in a car. Which car did you hop in?
She hopped in the blue one.
And where'd you put the stuff?
Stuff in, which mean we put the stuff
So the stuff you cleaned up, you put it in. How'd you carry it out of the apartment?
put it in the bag.
Okay. And then the bags, you put them in the car,
Yep, like the trunk.
in the trunk area. And one of you all was in the front seat. Where were you?
Front.
And then did somebody sit in the back seat?
That cord.
So where'd you go in the car? And who's driving the car?
Brice driving the car.
All right. And where do you go to?
We went to like different dumpsters and set the dumpsters on fire.
Why different dumpsters?
Just to spread the evidence.
So that seemed like spreading the evidence was a good idea. time.
It seemed like spreading evidence was a good idea. Like, guys, you're so fucking dumb. And it's not even them. It is Brice, bro. Yeah, let's go spread the evidence everywhere so that there's, instead of one chance of a cop finding this, there's 7 chances of police officers and random people finding this. Oh my God, bro. I'm not even going to bring up the ways that you could discard things and not have evidence everywhere, but it's like, bro, come on. There's better ways. There's better ways to do this. He's thinking with that coconut head of his. It ain't computing. Everything up there is not computing. I'll tell you that much.
I was just in the car.
So did you end up, so stuff gets dropped off, it gets burnt. How was the stuff set on fire?
We put some gas in the dumpster. Let it on fire.
And then drove off? Where'd you go that night?
And I went to Park Hill.
And what was going on in Park Hill? Where'd you go?
Shit, I've been trying.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, shit, we was over. I was trying to trade shoes.
What?
Okay. What, were you wearing the same clothes that you had on earlier in the day?
Yeah,
And so you're changing out of those clothes? Who's giving you clothes?
I know people.
And did you end up with any items that belonged to either Maurice or Larry at the end of that night?
Yeah, I had some shoes and I had the phone.
Okay. Whose phone did you have?
I had Maurice.
And why'd you have Maurice's phone?
So I picked it up
Where'd you pick the phone up?
at the house.
And were you able to use that phone?
Yeah,
What time was it when you were done for the night, when you were back? Was it all through that Saturday? Was it, or all through that day? Was it late afternoon now, or was it nighttime?
it's like late afternoon.
And did that phone ever ring?
Yeah,
It did?
It was his
And
mama.
who was on it?
different people. I was using the phone. I'm calling people.
Was there anyone related to Maurice or Larry that called you on that number?
Yeah, his mama called.
Of course you
Who
did.
did she?
Of course you did. Man, get your children. My question is, I need to interview the parents. Like, it's one of them things, though. Once your kids reach a certain age, 15, 16, 17, 18, they start leaving the house. You can't even control them. It's just like, all right, Lord, keep my baby safe because he is out there wild. And pretty much, like, but I need to know what made them so comfortable to leave them just hanging out with this guy. They had to have known about Brice Rhodes, right? Hit me up in the comments if you guys would let your kids just hang out with such and such without knowing who they were. Because, man, I don't know. That shit, not me, baby. I'm sorry. I'm finna be, I'm finna be insufferable. I'm gonna be like, who the fuck, who's their parents? Who's the kid? What's his hobbies? Does he smoke weed? Okay. What does his parents do? Does his parents still do drugs? No, okay, I'm gonna be doing all that shit.
She want?
She was asking where they was at.
What'd you tell her?
They was in the store.
And what'd she say to that?
She said, I'm calling.
Were you worried about what she was going to think at that point? So what'd you do with the phone?
And she kept using it.
And then later on that day, did you get a visit from somebody?
Yeah, U.S. Marshals.
U.S. Marshal. Do you mean to tell me it took 2 days for your boy to get caught? Holy shit, they're good. Damn, that was fast. U.S. Marshal. And guess what? They ain't here to just give you a survey, buddy. Yeah, you're about to do a stretch.
And what happened?
She got booked. They took me in for questioning.
What were you thinking when that happened?
She's panicking.
And had you not thought about the phone might be traceable?
Dumbass.
That's before I even know you can do it.
You didn't know
Dumbass.
it.
Dumbass. You're such an idiot. I guess nowadays we have these big computer screens for phones, so it's kind of obvious that you can be tracked off of a phone. But it's 2016, bruh. Get your shit together. It is the year 2016. They can track phones for over a decade, even longer. Like, come on, man, bro. He needed to go to jail for that shit. Oh yeah. So what you do with the phone? Just kept using it. Oh my god.
How old were you then?
15.
15 years old. 15 years
So that
old.
night, do you talk to police?
Yeah.
And do you end up telling them what you've told the jury?
Of course. Of course. Look at that face. Does that face scream trustworthy? Does that face scream solid, not a snitch? I mean, again, we're not even going to use that terminology because he's not a snitch. He is looking out for himself. Fuck Brice. Brice needs to go down for this. These years that he served, I'll give him that. Give him the decade. He'll come out when he's probably in a few years now. And yeah, don't do no stupid shit like that again. You're lucky you got your whole life back. Imagine you got your whole life back after participating in this shit. He better not mess that shit up. I'll tell you that much.
And do you have a plea agreement with the police that night, or is that something that happens later?
Later.
So you told what happened before you had any sort of deal?
Yeah.
So after you did the cleanup, after you went to the dumpsters, after you set the bags of stuff on fire, what'd you all notice about the car?
Shit. It had blood in the back seat.
Of course it did.
And so how was that handled?
Cut the back seat out.
And who cut the back seat out?
Brice,
What did he do with the back seat after he cut it out?
we put it in the back of somebody's garage.
Was it somebody you knew?
In the person.
Is it somebody that he knew?
I don't know.
I don't have any further questions.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is the first snitch of the day. You know what I mean? Of the Rhodes case, the Brice Rhodes case. It took 7 years, my people, 7 years for this trial to go public, finally happening. And man, it's a crazy one. Shit, I'm telling you, ambush these kids, all 4 of them, with some grown ass men in the house, and hey, let's take a vote. And everybody voted yes, let's get rid of him. Come on, that was planned. That was completely fucking planned. As people would say, that was staged. He staged that little meet up. And he said, you guys get into arguments a lot? Man, he was going to wait till any type of something happened so that he could make his move. Anyways, people, I love you guys, man. You guys are awesome. You guys changed my damn life. I love you guys forever. I'm going to see you in another video. Until then, y'all, you already know the vibe. Stay inside, stay safe. Keep your children inside, too. Damn it. That's why I say stay inside. You guys are getting it now, right? Shit. Anyways, people, check out the other Brice Rhodes videos. Check out my Bradley Yon video. Check out the Daryl Brooks videos. Check out the content. I love you guys. I'm out of here. Peace.